3, fire!
Gurza. This is military protected boat named after very dangerous poison snake that feels itself very comfortable in water and ready to quick and unforeseen doings in the case of disaster. It strongly protect its territory. The reptile has strong muscles, grey and sand-colored skin with dark spots that are very important for disguising. Among the areas of its hunting, Uzbekistan, Amudarya River. Now there is the same name hunting military boat, Gurza.
This boat elaborated especially for exploitation on Amudarya, the border river between Uzbekistan and Afghanistan, and it has construction features for patrol of this river.
Technology and construction of this boat were realized by the staff of glorious plant Leninska Kuznya shipyard. This order had been done by the United States, that put much effort for support of Uzbekistan in protection of its borders with Afghanistan.
Uzbekistan is an important partner of America in the war on terrorism, and the Amudarya River borders Afghanistan and Uzbekistan, and we wanted to assist with the increasing of border security, and these boats are going to be a gift from America to Uzbekistan.
It can destroy light armored military technology with 30mm gun and heavy automatic gun. In the case of need, it could destroy more protected objects, tanks or weapon emplacements. Also, it equipped with anti-tank operated missiles.
The real jaws of Gurza armored boat are two machine guns with 7.62 caliber located in bow and aft part of the boat. Weapons set include smoke stink pots that permit to change dangerous situation in favor of Uzbekistan frontier guard. One of the most important equipment of PLK shipyard make Gurza is electronic optical device.
One of the main systems, SOVA, the OWL, was previously elaborated only as monitoring and target range detection device, but in the process it was improved and equipped with infrared imager. It completely changed functional capacities of the system. It can watch both in daytime and at night, determining living things on distance of 5, 6, even 10 kilometers. It completely changed the range of the boat and essentially improved it.
With a weight of 34 tons, the Gurza boat makes 55 km per hour by two multi-power engines, each with capacity 3000 horsepower, show the light moving not looking for armor, strongness and weapons. The boat could function in 5 days without refueling. The 5-man crew has rather comfortable conditions for long-term staying on board. Swedish armor still protects the crew from intensive fight, even while from strong gunfire.
This boat has design particularities. We use it not hard, but more simple set 4mm side shell that, not looking on its softness, it can be strength to strong gunfire. It completely protected and ricochet bullets.
Пулевой обстановке, пулевому обстрелу она не подвержена.
Therefore, due to this particularity, the bottle of champagne had been broken by side shell on second attempt only. Bad omen, but it transformed into good battle characteristic of both sides shell. Certainly that people who created Gurza took superstitions into consideration in last moment. First of all, they took the rule by practical principles.
У нас нет предрассудков каких-то таких.
We have no any religious superstitions. We have to work, and all the superstition have to solve during working process. Life poses complicated tasks, and we have good experience in shipbuilding and assembling. All the problems could be solved by intellect, by experience, by daily work.
Опытом, они решаемы обычным, тяжелым, будничным трудом.
Solemn ceremony of boat launching is the final of 9 months of very complicated and intensive work. Same as waiting for childbirth, as designers said. After all the problems and complications, the honorary president of plant Leninska Kuznya, Mr. Poroshenko, told about finish of construction as for triumph of shipyard.
When the relations of plant directors with employers built on the basis of trust and mutual understanding, this stuff is invincible. Today this is the real victory of Leninska Kuznya.
For the permission of Gurza making, shipyard plant had to win the tender for construction. Among the candidates were Ukrainian and foreign enterprises. But finally, US State Department applied to the Ukrainian plant Leninska Kuznya.
Among the world shipbuilding leaders, practically no one constructs armored petrol boats. It's rather high technology of armored steel machining, welding, coating that principally very limitedly accessible. From other side, we have to remember that correspondence of price and quality gives the priority to Ukraine.
Цены и качество, естественно, Украина находится на хорошем месте.
Now Ukraine had 2 shipbuilding orders of Gurza petrol boat, but maybe plant Leninska Kuznya would build much more similar military vessels.
My specific program will go away next year, but it's up to the government of Uzbekistan if they need more boats or if they need other equipment in the export and border-related security assistance program.
Great achievement that most of new elaborations, equipment and details of petrol boat are Ukrainian-made, excluding those parts of Gurza boat that had been delivered by the world leaders such as armored steel and engines. Mostly this petrol boat is Ukrainian.
Weapons, turrets, automatic systems, all these are Ukrainian. Talking about functional abilities, we can say that 90% of general elaborations and know-how of this armored boat are Ukrainian.
Heavy weapons of Gurza became the subjects of suspicious talk. Would be this boat used only for border patrol, but not for other non-declared aims. But such kind of weapons completely corresponds to the specific features of border between Uzbekistan and Afghanistan. The need of high-tech armored armament is obvious there.
This is the same situation when they accuse that automatic gun could shoot not for border protection only but in military operations. Certainly it can be, but its main target is to protect the border.
This boat made big impression on US State Department representatives in Uzbekistan, who had watched this military machine and unanimously agreed that Gurza might be considered real technical achievement of Ukraine, as for shipbuilding, as for strengthening the reputation of Ukraine as high technology state in the whole world.
I'm very impressed with the boat. It's a piece of art. It's beautiful, and the workmanship and the design is wonderful.
Lucky sailing for you, Gurza.
In this short review, we'd like to tell you about the flagship of UMS Boats company, UMS Patrol Boat. There's absolutely nothing glamorous about it. It is a purely service boat. You don't see the boats of this class often in our seas and rivers. Everything is made with enormous margin of strength. Everything is very utilitarian. First of all, you will be impressed with its functionality. Second, with its comfort. And third, with its design. This boat is, of course, intended for various services. Firstly, patrol service, as mentioned in the name. At the same time, it can also be used by divers, port pilot services, by open sea fishermen. And why? Due to three reasons. It is quite seaworthy. It can be easily operated in slight sea, up to Beaufort number 3. However, border patrol guards, who've been actively using these boats for several years, admit that they can be taken to sea even when the waves are higher. All that is needed is experience and common sense. Now, we have 5 boats of UMS 1000 class. We are using them for over 2 years. We are working on them. In general, these vessels have proven their worth during this time. We've taken them to rescue people, to rescue other boats and ships. It means that seaworthiness of these crafts is much better than sea-going qualities of our previous boats. According to boat specifications, its cruising potential is up to Beaufort number 3. However, we used it when sea disturbance was much higher, corresponding to Beaufort number 4 and 5. The second reason is its sea endurance. The cruising range of the boat amounts to 600 miles, or approximately 1000 kilometers. This is of great importance for deep-sea operations, in particular for divers. And third reason is, of course, its extraordinary reliability. The boat is so dependable that I can easily trust it with my life, as well as life of my colleagues. I am 100% sure that it will not let me down. This boat has the highest quality construction. Only the most expensive licensed equipment has been used. The boat is fully made of imported materials. AMG from Germany. The same refers to all the components and accessories as well. We can say that the entrance door itself, the cabin door, costs around 2000 euro. It was manufactured according to all registers, including Lloyd's register. One can notice that not a single wire is bought from an ordinary store. All wires are special, designed for marine use. Every single thing, every component on board has to satisfy high demands of the sea environment. Take, for example, this chair I am sitting in. It is a far cry from any ordinary office chair. It can take loads 5 times higher than any chair usually used by people, as it obviously has to withstand wave-induced oscillation as well as dynamic and static loads. Let me give a short recap on what I have seen. First of all, the door. It is the first thing you see in any establishment, and here it is a special door with 2 strong locks, able to withstand inrush of water. On the port side, we have a drying closet, a very practical thing. It can dry your clothes within an hour, as it has an internal heater wired into this cabinet. When you don't need to dry anything, it is used as a simple wardrobe. On the starboard side, there is a cabinet with disconnect switch assembly, with critically important panels. Everything is protected by transparent glass. Everything is very convenient. Further, you can see rows of seats. Once you step inside, the interior immediately reminds you of a cutting-edge bomber aircraft. For example, everything is painted gray, all corners are smoothened, so there is not a single possibility to get hurt. There are numerous handrails. All in all, you can see at once that the manufacturer has extensive experience building sea vessels, which have to deal with wave-induced oscillation. That is to say, people understand ship's motion. Just look at the table right here, on the port side. It has distinct border, which indicates that this table is created especially for marine use. Even during motions, it will prevent things from falling off. There is a small edging. Even such small details are very well thought through. Naturally, chairs have armrests. Naturally, there are many various adjustment options, and even safety belts installed at customers' requests. Steering stand looks exactly like in an aircraft. Perfect visibility, windshield wipers for every window, even warm air blower to prevent misting, ventilation windows at the sides. Everything is impeccable. Personally, I love the floor. First, it is very pleasant to walk on. No screeching, no noises, no slipping. Your walk is soft and quiet. Second, the material used for it, naphthalene, has a special yacht gray color. It is simply perfect. Then, if we go down the stairs and towards the front of the boat, we'll find conveniences. There is a proper lavatory, which, by the way, can additionally be equipped with a shower. To the right, you will find a neat cook room and switch panels. Even in such a compact boat, this forecastle will comfortably accommodate 5 people. There is exhaust system. There are various electrical outlets, 220 and 12 volts. There is heating system. The boat has Webasto autonomous diesel heater, which uses minimal amount of diesel from fuel tanks and provides heating without running engine. We saw the process of this boat keel laying in the workshop and could appreciate its entire anatomy. I can say that flooring plates and frames are placed everywhere possible. Since it is a planning craft, it has to withstand significant loads on the waves, jumping on the waves. That's why everything is done with a wide margin of strength. 6 mm German aluminium can withstand with high dynamic loads.
Самое главное, что я хочу сказать о
What I found especially important is the fact that patrol boats produced by our company are the most advanced boats that are used by the Border Guard Service. All boats in the inventory of the Border Guard Service up till now have been designed in the middle of the last century or little later.
Думаю, что благодаря
Today,
тому,
I
что
think
современная
our
жизнь
life is
достаточно
quite
быстра,
fast, and it is the
пограничная
reason
служба
why the
Украины
Border Guard
смогла
Service of Ukraine
заказать и
has
получить
been
у нас
able to order and procure
катера
our
серии
boats
«Патрол».
of patrol
Мы
series.
позаботились не только о
We've
техническом
taken care not only
совершенстве
about
этих
technical
катеров,
perfection of these
у них
boats,
очень много
they are full of new
технических
technologies and offer numerous
новинок,
possibilities.
возможностей. Но самое главное, что они просто
However,
сделаны
the
уже
most
для людей.
important thing is that they are simply created for
приятны,
people.
для
They are
команды, которая
comfortable.
здесь
They are attractive for the crew that lives here
либо
or stays
находится
here for several
несколько
days
суток на
when the
рейде.
boat is in the
Они могут
harbor or
приготовить
roadstead.
пищу,
They
они
can
могут
cook their
хорошо
food,
отдохнуть.
they can take a good
И
rest.
работа на этом катере
It is very easy to work on this boat, if we can say that service can ever
если
be
можно
easy.
так сказать, если бывает служба легкой.
Снова выходим на палубу.
Let's go out on the deck again.
Окрас лодки.
The boat is obviously painted in light gray color. It is
Светло-серый.
designed for the use in the Black Sea.
Сориентирована
The deck
для
house
эксплуатации
is
в Черном
naturally
море.
white as
Рубку
requested by the
попросили,
customer
естественно,
to
сделать
prevent
белую,
its
дабы она
overheating.
меньше грелась по понятным причинам. Серый цвет в то же время
Gray color
указывает на
also
ее
indicates its military
военное
origins.
происхождение. Я такой цвет называю морской
I call
камуфляж.
this
Если
color
на такую
sea
лодку посмотреть
camouflage.
на уровне
If you look
горизонта,
at
то
this
она
boat at
под цвет
horizon
постоянно
level,
сливается
its
с
color will merge
цветом
with
моря
the color of
и
sea
реки,
or river
неважно.
and the sky,
И
and such boat will be very
и
difficult
такую
to
лодку очень трудно
identify.
идентифицировать. В то же время места, которые предполагается, что будут
At the same time, areas under heavy service load are not painted at all. It is just pure aluminium. It is very well thought out. I liked it a lot.
Мне очень понравилось.
Life rails are very strong and again made of aluminium. You should understand that these rails are very prone to deformation. On the one hand, such rail can withstand heavy loads. One can use it to pull himself onto the boat, or push it towards him, or push it away from him. On the other hand, in case of deformation, this rail can be easily fixed using a winch that is located on the shore. Now let's take a look at the boat's bow. It is usually the most beautiful place of any ship. In this case, it looks a lot like a bow of a tugboat or a pilot boat. It means such tasks as towing of another vessel, pushing it in the required direction, or performing maneuvering or stopping it, all technical works in general, everything can be done easily with this kind of a bow. It is also very convenient for anyone who has to step over to another ship, for example for a border guard, when performing his duties.
Кормовая палуба.
Now,
Всё, в
after
общем-то,
that,
стандартно, как для
everything is
любой лодки
overall
такого
standard,
класса.
similar to any boat of this class. Of course, it can be re-equipped according to the customer's needs. It can include special fixtures for cylinders or removable davit, which is very convenient for all sorts of lifting and diving operations. In this case, the boat is created according to the requirements of the Border Guard Service. Transom platform is covered with oak timber flooring, which is extremely difficult to break, even if you drop something heavy on it by accident.
Катер позволяет чувствовать себя
The boat
спокойно,
makes you feel
уверенно и
calm,
думать над
confident.
выполнением
You can fully
задачи,
concentrate
не
on
над
your
тем,
task and stop worrying
что
about what
может
might go wrong.
произойти. Мы считаем, что
We think
наши
that
самые
our
современные
advanced
решения
solutions help people
позволяют
focus solely on their
людям
job.
думать только о выполнении задачи.
Система безопасности.
Safety system.
Впервые слышу такой термин, как активная и пассивная
It is the
безопасность
first time that I hear about
судов.
active and passive
Чем-то
safety in
напоминает
relation to
активную и
ships.
пассивную броню танка.
It somewhat reminds me of
Пассивная
active and passive
безопасность.
tank armor.
Лодка
So,
запенена
passive
полиуретановой
safety.
пеной. Более того, она
The boat is covered with
заложена на
polyurethane
40%
foam.
больше, чем
Moreover, its
требует наш
amount by
строгий
40%
регистр.
exceeds the
С одной
requirement
стороны,
of
это
our
непотопляемость,
strictest
с другой
register.
стороны,
On the
это
one hand, it means unsinkability.
шумоизоляция,
On the other hand,
виброизоляция
it provides
и
noise,
теплоизоляция.
vibration, and heat insulation
И
of the structure.
последняя пена, даже
One
при
more thing,
сквозном-
even in case of true
сквозной
underwater
пробоине,
damage,
пена всё-таки
this foam will
препятствует
prevent fast
быстрому
flooding.
проникновению воды. Итак, активная безопасность.
Now let's move on to active safety. The boat is divided into 4 unsinkable sections. Each section has its own higher efficient water pump.
Каждая из помп выбрасывает воду наружу.
These pumps can take the water out, but also can move the water from one section to another.
Одной переборки из одного отсека в другой.
For example, if there is damage to the fore and the ship is inclining forward, these pumps will help to move a certain amount of water to the stern compartment, which will help stabilize the boat and achieve some balance. Apart from that, the boat is also equipped with a hand pump, which can be used in case there is no electrical power supply due to some boat damage. In case of emergency, we can use this pump to save the boat. All these measures are there for a good reason. Such wide margin of safety allows people to venture in the most difficult situations. This boat is initially created for operating in harsh conditions, for risky situations, when people have to work during a storm, or to rescue lives or machines, to reach most difficult places. All these safety measures are designed and implemented so the boat can be easily used for all these purposes. Naturally, the boat is equipped with everything required by our strict register: life buoys, life jackets, lifelines, etc.
Катера данного проекта позволяют хорошо выполнять свою задачу.
These boats help to effectively fulfill our duties.
Задержание.
Take, for example, detention. In our case, it means detention of poachers and illegal infiltrators.
И нарушители государственной границы.
И, наконец, сердце лодки – это машинное отделение.
And finally, let's take a look at the heart of the boat, its engine room. Here you can see 2 power units, Volvo Penta 330 horsepower. These are the most powerful commercial engines for this type of boat. We've been out on this craft for quite a long time, and I've been really impressed with its quiet, vibration-free, very smooth engine operation. It is extremely important for the comfort for people who work here, so they feel fresh and rested, so they can think clearly and effectively perform their duties. Engines should be extremely quiet and should run as smoothly as possible. Here you will find engines just like that, with impressive power margin.
Разумеется, что лодка на крейсерском ходу
Of course,
будет идти
the boat cruising speed will be around 50 km per hour, or approximately 30 miles per hour. But this power margin will come very useful when trying to catch someone, or tow another vessel, or confidently start the boat and easily go through rough sea, when the craft has to climb up the wave and then jump down from it. This power margin is always needed. Apart from that, more powerful engines ensure more efficiency compared to engines of less power, which require throttle all the way up.
Engine room in the boat contains enough space for any additional equipment or needs. For example, it can be used for generators or as a storage space for any devices. I would say the area is big enough to make another after cabin. And finally, few words about UMS Boats company itself. Officially, the company was born in year 2000. However, its management is involved in boat construction for much longer. At present, it is the largest Ukrainian producer of rigid-hulled small boats. That is, the majority of such crafts are launched by this company. It is an official supplier for such establishments as Ministry of Emergency Situations, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Border Guard Service, Security Service of Ukraine, Environmental Services, etc. These are its standing customers.
These boats impressed us as well as the crews that work here, as well as the unit commanders who've made the decision to use the symbol of this craft on the caps. We are really grateful to UMS Boats factory. We simply love their boats. This boat is meant for real professionals.
Это лодка для настоящих профессионалов.